Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start this lesson off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations also go to the hopefully elect, Tabernacle of David. So this is another episode installment of the Freight Train of Prophecy, the 16th episode, in which we go into breaking world news and prophecy to show you that the words of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, are faithful and true. And if you're paying attention to the news in any capacity right now, you can clearly see that the world is in an uproar. You know, things are changing. People are making their voices be heard from all of the unrighteous decrees and hard life that people are now experiencing. All right, not just in America, but all around the globe. And we're in a time right now where prophecy is coming forth. You know, prophecy is now speaking louder than ever. And the things that you're seeing in the earth is a is a direct correlation to Bible prophecy. And the things that are happening, this is how you know that we're in the very last seconds of the last days. So, as usual, going into this lesson, got articles lined up, a few videos as well to demonstrate the point. All right, so this first video here we're going to get into, this is a look at the retirement age protest that's going on in France right now. So the background to this is basically the French president Emmanuel Macron passed an unrighteous decree going back to Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they prescribe. So this devil, Emmanuel Macron, which he has a battery in his back, as do all these presidents or whatever have you of these nations, man. They have a battery in their back from the elites. All right, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, Klaus Schwab, and all of them, right? They're getting orders from these top guys. So what's going on right now over there in France as to why people are protesting is that Emmanuel Macron basically has the government in a standstill right now. And because of the debt and because of the war that's going on over there, he has proposed to halt all retirement benefits right now, and also push the retirement age back from, I believe, 60. I believe right now is 62, but he wants to push it back to 64. So add another 2 years unto the age where you're eligible to retire and receive benefits. And because of that, obviously people are not happy about that. The citizens are upset, and they're going against their officials. And you can see how large of a crowd that's out here in the streets of France. I believe this is Paris here. All right, but hey, man, people are fed up. And when you begin to do things such as this, take away people's livelihood, push back their, what little peace of mind that they have left, this is what you're going to have, And this goes into 2nd Ezra 15, where it clearly states that, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. All right. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So what you have here is 2nd Ezra 15, and I believe verse 16, where it mentions that, to where, people are saying, to hell with Macron, to hell with the government. You know what I'm saying? Because now, obviously, their government is not in the best interest of the people. So I'm not going to ramble on no more. Let's go ahead and check this video out, and we'll grab some precepts.
La mobilisation d'aujourd'hui, elle est à l'image de cette opposition massive. Je crois qu'on approche, ça dépend des sondages, mais on approche les 80% de rejet, notamment parmi les plus jeunes. Et donc la mobilisation d'aujourd'hui, elle est à l'image de l'opposition des citoyens et des citoyennes de ce pays à cette réforme.
All right, so you can see how many people are crowded up out there. You know, so this is a major movement, man. You know, and these unrighteous decrees are going to continue because this is what's happening right now. But in a few short months, what's going to happen is the MOTB is going to come. All right, when Elon Musk finalizes that Neuralink and he gets it approved by the FDA and they're ready to roll it out, you're going to see these protests turn up even more. How much more so when there's no food, man? How much more so when the gas is gone? You see? So we are in some very volatile times right now to where things, you know, people are on edge. You know, everyone is on edge, man. People are not certain of what the future is going to look like. Now you actually hear people starting to say that we're at the end of the world. You see, and what we continue to tell our people, for you Israelites out there, is that this world is finished. This world is through. It's nothing for you to look forward to that's good here. Look, just look around you. Everything is deteriorating, whether it be the mind state of the people. People are getting laid off their jobs left and right, man. People are making less money than ever before. All right. Society is breaking down. You have all, you know what I'm saying, people going crazy, man, just murder going through the roof. I just saw a story to where I believe this man took out his whole entire family, man, like on some mafia style type shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, people are going buck wild, and these spirits of vengeance are out here heavy. All right, and things like this, you know, these world governments pushing these unrighteous decrees like this are only going to exacerbate the destruction. But at the same time, call Halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, all praises, because this is the end of the heathen rulership and the beginning of ours. All right. Second Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth Salakia. You know, but yeah, man, things are going down. So let's jump to Proverbs the 29. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. All right, so obviously looking at this, you can tell that the righteous, okay, the righteous people are not in authority. All right, clearly you can see from how unhappy and how disgruntled and how uncertain that these people are, that the people ruling over their government are unrighteous. All right, because it says when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So clearly the wicked are captaining the ship right now of these nations. That's why everyone's unhappy. That's why everyone is committing suicide. Depression is at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? Murder rates and, you know, just very unhinged behavior is the norm now. You see? You know what I'm saying? Everyone is having a bad day, so to speak. But, you know, hey, man, this is what you have when Esau is in rulership. This is what you have when the devil rules over the people, man. Okay, and in the kingdom, it ain't gonna be none of this. All right, the heathen are gonna be in order. The Israelites are gonna be in, you know, our proper position, ruling over the nations. You know, but no one is gonna be unhappy. You know what I'm saying? Well, they're gonna be unhappy for 1,000 years, but then you know, after that, the nations are gonna be glad. You know, the nations are gonna be happy, man. They're actually gonna have a peace of mind. You see, because the righteous will finally be in authority at that point. So, yeah, man, these were, you know, retirements over there. These retirement protests are going crazy. Uh, let's jump here to Klaus. All right, and this video in particular is from about 2 years ago but it has aged very well. All right, so let's play this.
Know how it will play out in November, but what we know is that we will end up with many more unemployed, and particularly also people in the gray.
Oh, you heard what he said? He said we will end up, mind you, this is from 2 years ago. So this is from 2020. This is when he initially came out with the Great Reset agenda. Okay, this is when he initially came out with that, when they unveiled this thing, right? He said what? Let's go back a little bit. Because what he said in this video, everything is happening now, which lets you know that this is an agenda that's being rolled out. Let's see.
Is that we will end up with many more unemployed, and particularly also people in the gray economy, which are not counted for, who lose their jobs. So we will see definitively a lot of anger.
So you see, this devil, man. This is how you know who's really in charge. Okay, Joe Biden is not in charge. Emmanuel Macron is not in charge. Boris Johnson is not in charge, man. These are the guys that are in charge behind the scenes, because this is from 2 years ago, 2021, 2020, around that time. But he said, what? You're gonna see mass unemployment, people losing their jobs. People are going to become angry. You see, and what's happening now? I got an article as well. Matter of fact, let me get it while we're on that subject. Let me see here. Yeah, brutal job cuts January. More than 55,000 tech workers are being laid off as Microsoft, Google, and others make deep cuts. Right now, keep in mind, this is the World Economic Forum, the elite's agenda. It says Microsoft, Google, and Salesforce have all announced layoffs this year. Companies indicated they're reversing course after previously overhiring. Yeah, right. All told, some 55,300 employees from more than 154 tech companies have been affected this year. Now it says here, Microsoft said it's letting go of 10,000 workers over the next few months, while Google will let go of 12,000 employees. Amazon, meanwhile, has begun its biggest cuts ever, with plans to lay off 18,000 this year. You see that? So when Klaus says you are going to see layoffs, people losing their job, right? This is the secret council, which really is not even secret no more. These things are open, so we can call it the open council of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? But King David called it the secret council of the wicked, man, because these are the things that they conspired years upon years ago. But now the time for their great reset has arrived, and now they're telling you openly and boldly what's going to happen, and you're seeing that it's happening. This is not some coincidence or some prediction as to where he said this years ago, but it's happening now. No, they said this years ago, but everything that they've done since then, leading up to now, has led to the events that you're seeing transpire within the earth today. All right, that's just basic and simple. All right, these things have been laid out. It's an agenda. Okay.
Already now, but probably increased by the end of the year, because this crisis will be with us until we really have found a remedy. So we have to prepare for a more angry world, and how to prepare? It means
You see, he said we must prepare for a more angry world. All right, we must prepare for a more angry world. What are you seeing now? Angry people. People are not happy. People are not rejoicing. And we just read it in Proverbs 29. When the righteous are in authority, the people, the people rejoice. When the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. Okay, so we definitely are living in an angry world, which these world elites have caused. All right, this is why people are voicing their frustrations and protesting and going up in these government buildings and causing havoc. All right, but this is what they want. This is the order out of chaos. Create the problem, right? Create the problem, let the chaos from the problems that you caused get ripe, grow into a fire. Then you come with your solution and put the fire out. That's what they're about to do. And the ultimate solution for all the world's problems is the MOTB. Right? But right now we're in the early stages of the beginning of sorrows. All right. But when this thing really hits the fan, it's going to be a time like no other. We coming into the time of Jacob's trouble, man. It's coming into a time like no other. But after that, very, very shortly after these things take place, that they're going to roll out their solution, which is the B system and the MOTB, because at that point, people will have been weak enough and willing to accept it, going through all the hell that they've gone through. And these people in this world, man, they're used to comforts. They're not used to struggling. They're not used to having to go through any hardships, especially Jake. All right, Jake, much less Esau, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like Esau will lose his job and go home, kill his dog, kill his wife, kill his kids, and then kill himself. You know what I'm saying? So these mainly these Babylonians, they cannot handle stress. Okay, they don't know how to handle hard times because life is so convenient. Okay, you got fast food, so you got TV dinners, man. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the store and buy things inside of a package. Everything is convenient. You know what I'm saying? Like you want shoes, you don't have to make your shoes. You want clothes, you know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is just go and buy clothes. Everything is pretty much at your fingertips. Everything is convenient now. So what's going to happen when all these things are gone? It's going to be hell out here. All right. So uh, these devils, you see, these devils, man, have put things into practice. All right. They have opened their wicked quiver of arrows and they shot it out into the earth. And the arrows that they've shot are hitting all their targets. Okay, which really we know that it's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai behind them. Because the Lord is using them on the left hand side to fulfill his purpose. Okay, so we understand all these things are from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Says the stock market is about to be flipped upside down as inflation rebounds ahead of an upcoming recession. Bank of America says. And you keep seeing this in the news: recession, stock market crash, but it's coming. And what you just had the other day, you had many people that were with Bank of America. They woke up and their accounts were completely frozen. They couldn't use their accounts. Their money was missing. Card wouldn't work. And this just happened like what 1 or 2 days ago. And then another thing that happened was you can't even go to the ATMs for some of these banks and withdraw cash. You can't withdraw cash from these ATMs, man. So once again, going back to the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab and the young global leaders, this is a great reset to reset humanity to the new order, to the new world order. See, in which everything will be tracked, everything will be on the grid. You will be a slave unto the beast. Okay? And in order to be down with the beast, in order to function within this new beast system, you're going to have to take the MOTB, which is the RFID microchip, or the Neuralink brain implant. Okay? So let me go here. Iowa Republicans want to ban SNAP recipients from buying meat, white bread, and American cheese. So once again, man, unrighteous decrees. All right. So over there in Iowa, they saying that basically, because when you consider it meat, white bread, and American cheese, well, not American cheese in particular, but cheese, period, like dairy products. You know what I'm saying? These are things in which, and then meat can cover a variety of things. Who knows what these devils consider to be meat? Because they got all kind of products out there now. Impossible meat, Beyond Meat, 3D printed meat. Okay. So it says, Iowa Republicans proposed a bill that would drastically limit what foods SNAP recipients can buy. And SNAP is, EBT. So it says people wouldn't be able to buy grocery staples like white bread, American cheese, fresh meat, and more. Critics argue the bill would further burden low-income people who are already food insecure, and that's what they want. Once again, order out of chaos. The only reason why you would do something is because look at what they're doing, right? Follow me. You lay people off of their jobs. People already have less money. People are working less hours, or if they are working more than one job, they already burnt out. They already can't make ends meet because they have to work so many jobs. So with now less money, now you want to take away the SNAP benefits when people are barely getting by. Listen, man, is people out here that got 4, 5, 6 kids. Really, SNAP is the only reason why some people are even getting by, man. If it wasn't for SNAP, people would not be able to feed their families. Between SNAP and the food banks, that's the only way that some people eat, man, for real. But yeah, it said that, they want to further burden low-income people who are already food insecure. That's what they want. They want you people to suffer. You see? And this is why it's important to be in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because the Lord said that my servants shall eat. So the Lord is going to feed us when the famine comes, because we already know Esau is preparing a engineered famine. But the Lord said that his servants are going to eat. So those so those of us, brothers and sisters, those of the hopefully elect, man, we serve the Lord. So the Lord is going to look out for us. You know what I'm saying? But you have to believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to, because it might come to a point where, you might be hungry for 3 or 4 days, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you might not eat for a week. But then again, that's why fasting is important, you know what I'm saying, to build yourself up, to get used to that. Because these Babylonians, these Americans, man, they used to stuffing their face every chance that they get. So they don't know nothing about fasting. You know what I'm saying? They don't know anything about self-control to, when to stop eating, man. So when the famine does come, cannibalism is about to come back in a big way. You see? But the Lord is going to feed his servants, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you might be hungry for 2 or 3 days and you just wake up one morning, it's like, Lord, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord might just send a bird, you know what I'm saying, just out of nowhere with some food and just drop it down for you, man. The Lord, that's why we say, man, faith is of the utmost importance in this time. Like your faith is going to have to be everything. You really have to believe that the Lord is going to do. And if you doubt that, then you're going to side with Esau. You're going to side with the beast and then seek to take his solution. You're going to go down to Egypt and seek help from the devil. And then you're going to be destroyed right along with him. All right? It says SNAP recipients wouldn't be able to buy a variety of foods, including white grain bread, buns with added nuts, or seeds, white rice, pasta sauce, canned fruits or soups, baked beans, cheese slices, butter. Damn, so what can you buy? They like when you read the list of things that they wouldn't be able to buy, that's pretty much everything that you can live off of, man. Like baked beans, cheese, butter, flour, white rice, pasta, the bread, nuts, and like damn, meat. So basically, they might as well. Really, what they're saying is that they just want to cut the whole program. Basically, that's basically what they're saying. It says the foods people can purchase in the WIC program are much more restrictive than those allowed in SNAP. That's because WIC is designed to complement SNAP and is meant to provide necessary nutrition specifically for, as the name suggests, pregnant women, new mothers, and infants, according to Michelle Book, the president and CEO of Food Bank of Iowa. So this devil is putting complete hell upon these Babylonians. Okay, and this is just the beginning stages. You ain't seen nothing yet. All right, let's go to Sirach. Let's go to 10. Sirach 10:3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Okay, so it says here in Sirach that an unwise king destroyeth his people. All right, and this is what Esau, which is the unwise king of this world, he's destroying the people. All right, which Esau is an unjust judge. All right, this man is beyond wicked. Well, he is the wicked. Okay, that's why he's doing these things, because he already knows the situation that he's created for people. He knows people are getting laid off. He knows people have less of an income. Inflation is through the roof. Then you're gonna tell people that their SNAP is gonna get cut back? You see, so hey man, what else? Going through these things, it's like Jake, and Jake. Some of our people just never gonna get it, but you have to really evaluate what kind of hope is left in this world for you. You see what's happening. We show you what's happening. What kind of faith can you have in this world to where it's like you fear Esau and what he's doing more than the Most High? There's nothing left here. You see? Nothing left here for you, Jake. It's over. All right. Ecclesiasticus 14:4. It says, "He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul gathereth for others, that shall spend his goods riotously. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness." You see, so Esau, man, he gathereth by defrauding his own soul, and to those who he allegedly is supposed to serve. You see, so he don't even do right by his own people. Esau screwing his, other lower level Edomites over. All right, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. All right, so it says even if he does good, even if he does something that is perceived as good, right? He don't want to do it. He does it unwillingly, right? And at the last he will declare it. So you see, when he puts these things, he'll tell you right now it's because government spending is through the roof. We need to cut back on inflation, so we need to cut these government programs. But the real agenda is basically, in a nutshell, he wants to kill you. Just plain and simple, okay? He wants to kill you. And eventually, well, Klaus has already come out and saying it now, but for the longest time, they were hiding behind these things. They were using the war in Ukraine as an excuse. They were using high inflation. Gas is going back up. You see, so to them this seems good. To these Edomites that run these, well, now I'm not gonna say run, but are the faces of these governments. To them, this seems like a good thing to do. All right. But at the last, they're going to declare their wickedness. All right, they're going to come out and say, all right, this is the new world order. Okay, you need to take the CHIP and get down with the program. Either get down or you're going to lay down. He's going to declare his wickedness at the last. All right. All right, this here says spaceship of non-human origin spotted near U.S.-Mexico border. Okay, and we continue to, brothers continue to see the chariots, heavy out here, man. Brothers seeing chariots all the time. Mexico's most famous UFO expert believes a photo of a sunset over a stadium near the U.S.-Mexico border shows a flying saucer, he said. The snap was taken by a fan as the sun set over FC Warriors soccer stadium. The team tweeted the image this week, tagging ufologist Jamie Masson.
Or more commonly called UFOs, since the last time that the ODNI put out a report like this back in 2021. Back then, the ODNI could not explain 144 sightings of UAPs. This time, Now they can't explain 171 of them. And one part of the report that really
See that? And the reason why you are seeing these so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of the Most High, so frequently now in these last days, is because Yahweh Shai is about to make his move. Okay? The heavenly, the heavenly host, man, they're about to come back and level this place out, destroy these heathen nations. That's what's about to go down. All right, this devil, these devils, man, they're about to be taken out of rulership. And now Esau is scared. That's why he created the Space Force. He created the Space Force and put all these satellites and rovers out there in the space, really to watch for the Most High, really to watch for the heavenly host, because he knows that really he stands no chance, but the Most High is going to put the spirit on this devil to think that he can stand a chance against the Most High and the angels. You see, because the Most High wants them to fight. Their pride has deceived them to the point where they feel like they can win, where they can prevail and strive against their maker. All right, but hey, they're going to be sadly mistaken. Let's go to Luke 21 and 25. All right, there shall be signs in the sun, moon, and the stars. Another thing you're seeing is weird weather patterns, man. All these things are a part of it. Luke 21 and 25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, which we're seeing heavy right now, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Okay, so you're going to see signs in the sun and the moon and in the stars. Okay, you're going to see weather patterns thrown off, man. The sun might shine, less one day than it does another day within a short amount of time. You're going to see, powerful storms popping up. Look what's going on over there in California, man. They getting hit with floods right now. Okay? And on the East Coast, you're seeing a warmer than usual winter. Okay? Like, some places have gotten snow. But many places on the East Coast, this has been a very warm winter, man, which is, unusual. You see, so the Most High is bringing all these things forth to fulfill prophecy within the earth. All right. Yeah. Upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity. So you're going to see these nations being distressed in many different ways. Okay. Whether it be food, power insecurity, the MOTB, getting hit by natural disasters, man, disease, murder, all these things, man. Okay, all these things upon the earth, distress of nations, perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Okay, there's going to be a very violent, very something that you can't ignore. Okay, it's going to be a very strong wave of distress within the earth, man. Okay, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And ultimately what? And they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. All right? So ultimately this is what's going to happen, man. Okay, all these things are happening. All the things you're seeing in the earth are happening for this to come to pass. Okay, to see the Son of Man coming in the cloud, man, with the heavenly host of heaven. All right. Let's see. Stock market is about to be flipped upside down as inflation rebounds ahead of an upcoming recession. Okay. Matter of fact, yeah, we already did that. 10,000 workers. Well, let me bring this out. Isaiah 19. Okay, this also goes into all of the job loss. Okay, it says Isaiah 19 and 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. All right, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. All right, so the reason why there's no work for Egypt, now we know that America, Babylon the Great, the beast system period, and this is modern day Egypt. Okay, modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, Babylon, all rolled into one. Okay, so all these job layoffs, man, hey, this is all from the Lord. Okay, this is all the power and work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, to fulfill what is written. All right. The Kremlin warns NATO supplying Ukraine with heavy weapons will bring war to a whole new level. So, dealing with this, NATO, Russia, Ukraine against the West, and all these. This all goes into Luke 21 and 25. Distress of nations with perplexity. All right. So, hey, Putin, okay, the Kremlin, they saying, listen. Any nation that which you have multiple nations that are supplying Ukraine with weapons right now. A lot of them don't want to put out there who's giving what because they don't want to. They want to keep their affiliation on the hush. But we in a time where these things are going to come out anyway. All right. But Putin is saying that anyone supplying Ukraine with these heavy weapons, heavy artillery, is going to bring wars to a whole new level, whatever that means. Now, we know right now it's not talking about nuclear war because we know that the nuclear war, warheads are not going to fly until after the MOTB is rolled out. That's the time we're in right now. So it says the Kremlin warned NATO that supplying heavy and long-range weapons to Ukraine would escalate the war to a whole new level. The newest warning came from Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov as he spoke with reporters about the possible shipment of heavy Western tanks and long-range missiles to the Ukrainian military. Potentially, this is extremely dangerous. It will mean bringing the conflict to a whole new level, which of course will not bode well from the point of view of global and pan-European security. All right. So this is just more war tensions, just more things to look out for. Just keep an eye on, okay? Because ultimately, this is all leading up to World War III. All right. Isaiah 13:4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. All right, so the Lord is mustering these nations together, raising the tensions between Russia and Europe and China and North Korea and India against the West. You see, we are in a time in which the Lord is moving the chess pieces on the board and setting everything up to where when the said prophecies will come forth, all these things are prepared to be fulfilled. All right, so right now what you're seeing is the early stages of the Lord setting things up, man. You're going to hear about wars and rumors of wars. There's actual wars going on. It's a war going on right now, and many more wars will pop off in between Armageddon, right? But this is the Lord mustering the hosts of the battle together for the purpose for his will to be fulfilled upon the earth. All right, so just look out for that. More news is going to come from that. Let's get this last article here. All right. Mississippi skunk ape caught tearing apart trees barehanded. And this is another thing. Recently, I've been noticing that you've been seeing a lot of reports of cryptids, okay, which are mythical-like creatures like Bigfoot, unicorn, dragons, whatever the case may be. All right, and these are creatures that the Lord has out there that is pretty much not known to man. You see, but the Lord got creatures in the ocean that's never been seen before. He got creatures on the land that's never been seen before. You see, so this is very scary for these people, man. All right, because these things are going to be reserved for the judgment. All right. It says, at first it seems like a normal forest scene, but then a dark shadow begins to move with human-like agility. The camera wobbles for a moment, trying to get a good, steady shot, and then it becomes clear there is a large bipedal creature covered in fur so dark it seems black. The creature seems to have its back to the camera, pushing itself into the stump of a tree to grab something and tug on it hard. It appears to be ripping parts of a cypress tree off with its bare hands, legs braced against the ground as if it's using all the strength. Says the creature seems to notice it is no longer alone, and it stands up to its full height and begins to turn toward the cameraman, at which point they very sensibly flee full speed away, leaving the viewers with the hectic, bouncy shots of a phone still recording while arms pump furiously in a full speed run. Many believe this creature to be the legendary skunk ape or swamp ape, which is the local moniker for Bigfoot or Sasquatch in the southern and swampy region of the United States. All right, so this is the video here. Hold on, let's run this back. And you can see how large that creature was, man. And no doubt that was Esau out there, man. You know, but hey, listen, creatures like that are going to be reserved, man. That's why, the scriptures say that the time's coming upon the earth. It never been seen before and will never be seen again. When was there ever a time upon the earth to where just wild, cryptid beasts were just out destroying people, man? You know what I'm saying? Just taking people out. The Lord is going to put a spirit on these beasts to come out and change their places, because right now they just, solitary. They just, they don't want to be seen. They don't want to be around people. But the Lord going to put a spirit on these wild beasts, man, to turn up on people. All right, so let's go here to Wisdom of Solomon 11. And let's start at 17. It says, for thy mighty hand that made the world of matter without form wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions or unknown wild beasts, full of rage, newly created. See that? So it says unknown wild beasts, man, full of rage, newly created. All right, so it say the Lord got beasts out there that are unknown to man, full of rage. So hey, you know what that means? It means that they always gonna be turned up. They always gonna be full of rage, man, ready to, commence judgment. Even in their sleep, they're gonna be full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scents of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. See, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroy them. So you see, so hey man, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is not to be messed with, okay? Because he can create new beasts that look terrible. And the Lord, what it say here in verse 19, it says, not only the harm might dispatch them. So the Lord is going to dispatch these unknown wild beasts full of rage, okay, full of judgment at once, but also the terrible sight. So even when you see them, they ain't even got to touch you. Once you see them, the sight alone is going to destroy you, make you give up the ghost. All right, so that's how terrible that the Lord is, man. See, that's why it's better to fear the Lord than to fear man. Okay? Bottom line. So, these are the things happening within the planet Earth. You know, the stress of nations, you know, proud, blasphemy being spoken against the Lord. You know, just all kinds of strange and wonderful signs and events that's taking place, man. So I'll end it right here. Hopefully this lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash. In closing, call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Shalom unto the elect, come Yasha'Allah DTA and the Bible Bowl. Shalom.